Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about what happened in Polk County, Florida, with the Polk County Sheriff's Department down there, and what we can learn from it, even though a lot of the questions aren't really what went down there. Okay, so if you have no idea what I'm talking about, there was a blue on blue moment down there. So, there are a number of deputies, and they are looking to pick up somebody who has a felony failure to appear. They arrive at a trailer, and somebody's like, yeah, the person's inside. One of the deputies takes a position outside, and then the others, according to reporting, kind of did a slow and deliberate clear of the trailer. They didn't, go in, throw on their Oakleys and throw in a flashbang. According to reporting, they did it the right way. They did the right move. They move through the trailer slowly. They find the suspect. The suspect raises what is later found out to be a BB gun. Officers inside fire. The cop outside is hit and doesn't make it. So my inbox immediately filled up with cop shot a cop, and, this is obviously shady. The reason people are saying that is because Polk County has a reputation for being kind of cowboyish. Whether or not that reputation is well earned, I don't know. I've never dealt with them. But that's the reputation. Based on reporting, no. In fact, they didn't even really do anything wrong. It looks like time, distance, and cover was applied. Theoretically, there should be 2 cops outside, but that didn't contribute to what occurred. They did the right move when they went in and cleared. I mean, at some point, you will be able to point to a specific moment and say, this is where it went wrong. And it could be anything from the cop outside finding a position that protected him from the possibility of fire from doors and windows, not really thinking about rounds coming through a wall. It could be shot placement from the officers inside. There's a couple of things that it could be, but there's no gross negligence here. This is the main principles that we always talk about and we go to and say, this is where it went wrong. They're not at play here. They did all of that stuff right, and they still had an incident like this. So, if there's nothing shady and they did everything right as far as best practices, why am I even talking about it, right? Because there's something else we can learn from it. Anytime the subject of arming teachers comes up, I talk about how hard it is to retain control of your rounds in an enclosed, chaotic space with a bunch of people running around. This, I want to say there are 7 total people involved in this. And it is nowhere near as chaotic as a classroom or a hallway. And, at least by initial reporting, they did it all right. There's nothing that is readily apparent that was just a huge failure here. And they still had this outcome. I would suggest that it's probably even more likely when it's a teacher. Bullets go through stuff. That isn't a solution. It's a Band-Aid at best. Arming teachers isn't a solution. This type of scenario, something similar to this, will play out before people realize that there need to be more proactive measures involved in this. But to answer the questions, I couldn't find anything that even remotely hints to something being shady. I think that came from the idea because the cop outside had only been like on patrol like 8 months or something like that. So I think there's an assumption that maybe he saw something that he shouldn't have. It doesn't look like anything like that is occurring. This looks like just fog of combat stuff. And as far as the procedures they used, it all looks right based on initial reporting. As footage and stuff like that comes out, we might be able to pinpoint the moment it went wrong, but I don't think this is going to be one of those where I don't think this is going to be a moment where it's very clear that they violated just the basic principles, which is what normally leads to a bad shoot. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.